last bit of news. GameStop is leaving Canada because the owner decides to bring back EB Games as its name. EB Games is, I think, what we all grew up with here. Darren, what was it like back in England? Because, like, you know, when you were a kid, you were in England. Was it GameStop in England or was it EB Games?
No, we used to have a place. It used to be just called Game.
Well, fuck.
To the point.
That's awesome.
Just used to be called Game. You'd either go there or you can go to like our versions of Best Buy, which like Curry's, Comet, or PC World, or whatever. They'd have those kind of shit. But we used to have a place called Game, and it's just it's same as set up as EB Games or whatever. I just remember it being like purple, the signage.
Right.
And
Wow.
shit. But same setup where you can just go in there, and then they'll have consoles pretty much set up so you can just fuck around and mostly play like shit like FIFA, because it's very like FIFA is super popular in the UK,
Right.
and kids would probably sesh that, but again, very very similar setup. But when I first moved over here, living in Young and Eglinton, with just around the corner from Christopher, there was an EB Games just north of us. And I used to pop in there like all the time. Like they had a really good sort of pre-owned section, which I thought was kind of cool. And I used to just get some of the most random games. Like, okay, you know what? It's only fucking $8. Let's grab that one. And it was a cool little store. And for me, it's actually like in my infancy of living in Canada. Right, that was the hallmark right there. That was the store to go to. Yeah. GameStop for me, I don't. Again, don't mean
yeah,
shit
it doesn't connect. I imagine Blockbuster back in England was called Movie.
Go on. Yeah, exactly.
What a shitty
what
joke.
I just said.
What a shitty joke.
But it's so funny you should say that, because we had a Blockbuster or whatever, but we had the spin-off side store, which is similar, cheaper, called Movies.
Oh my god!
Damn.
I was just kidding. That's funny though.
No, I'm not even kidding. It was like, it started off. It was called Big Picture, and then it changed to Movies.
Well, at least it's plural.
It's like okay, we gotta change our hands there. We need a rebrand. We're gonna move from Big Picture. What are we gonna call it?
Movies.
I got this. Movies.
At least it's plural. There's more than one movie.
We
in there.
haven't. Yeah, exactly. We don't have one. We got movies.
It's like Game. I imagine Game only had one game in there. That's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so EB Games is coming back to Canada. I remember being a kid.
Sick.
Always wanted to go to EB Games and stuff. GameStop was actually foreign to me when I first got into being more serious about video gaming and learning about the industry and stuff. To know that there was a place in the U.S. called GameStop, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" It's basically EB Games. It's interesting. They're bringing it back. It's a nostalgic move, and I guess EB Games is like a very Canadian thing at this point, more so than in the U.S. Because the U.S. also had some EB Games locations, but this is a nice little tidbit. I guess it's nothing crazy. There's no point in doing this, I think, but I guess if you want a sense of your childhood or a sense of home or a sense of warmth, then there you go. GameStop is converting back to EB Games after only like 4 years of going from EB Games to GameStop. That's just kind of weird. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's funny because GameStop had bought EB Games a long time ago, but they just never changed the name.
Right.
And then they changed the name in like 2021?
21, yeah.
And so from that point forward, it was GameStop. And GameStop has always been American for me. EB Games has always been Canadian, so to see it come back.
Yeah.
The problem is that I'm sure EB Games has got like the nostalgia factor and all that, but like nostalgia doesn't go very far at the end of the day. And for most people to get into their car and drive to a brick and mortar store where you can just lay in bed and just go on Amazon and just quickly do your shopping there, it's hard, right? Especially with the resale market moving away from physical. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to rely on? It's going to be another place where you can go to and you're going to have your little keychains and your Funko Pops. And every other bullshit, and probably tucked away in a corner. Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, by the way, if you want video games, it's right there." So like, it is what it is. You know, that's just the way it's gone. You know, these stores will sell, will make more money off a $40 Funko Pop than they will selling you, you know, even GTA 6 for like, you know, $100, right? Like, that's just the reality of it. But for a nostalgia feel, we'll see what happens. I haven't seen nostalgia work when it comes to stores. Nostalgia can work for many things, but for stores, I don't know. Like, if I were to tell people right now, hey, would you guys be interested in bringing back Blockbuster? Oh, yeah, I would go. I'd be there. Let me tell you something.
Monster was in charge of this.
If they brought back Blockbuster, it would be like the hot new retro thing to try for about 2 months flat. And after 2 months, it'd just be going back to the same old bullshit. Nobody wants to go to a video store and spend $6.99 on a fucking pack of Allen's candy, $4 on a fucking measly bag of popcorn, and $8.99 to rent one of your fucking movies. You know, like, that's just the reality of it. It's not, you know, nostalgia can only get you so far. And as you're enjoying your little nostalgia at home, guess what? When those movies are done, you now got to get back in your fucking car, drive to the store, and drop them off. Hopefully before midnight, or you're going to get them charges. So nostalgia works, doesn't always work. I'm on the fence about this. I don't think this is going to be a game changer, but it is nice to see the EB games back. Sure. Will I walk into one? Sure. Am I going to get the membership and all the gimmicks? No, but that's just sort of the reality of where we are now. As a nostalgia thing, great. We'll see how it goes. I'm open-minded about it, but I don't see anything in this article that I'm like, wow, that's an interesting take. That will work.
Here's my take on it. Here's how I see it. So obviously with the disconnect now between the US and Canada, it's a smart move. Hey, let's make it Canadian again. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's kind of like, you know, there's a lot of people out there just sort of boycotting. Like I get shit for even contemplating going to the States.
Right.
Wow.
Right. When I speak to people, well, we want to go there for, don't give them money. Do you know what I mean? Due to tariffs and all this good stuff and whatever. But it just seems to be like a sarcasm. But
good stuff.
But yeah, it seems to be like something that they're doing kind of more or less on their brand team. Like, hey, we need to, you know, I mean, if we're gonna get that attention, draw people, then we gotta make it Canadian, because it's just kind of the way things are going right now. They're just jumping on a trend, perhaps. That's my take.
Interesting take. Yeah.
Not a bad take.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, not a bad take. I understand that. Yeah, I don't know. I think EB Games and GameStop in general, whatever it's called, is a dying, you know, brand and all that. I don't think they're going to be around for like within 10 years. I think they're gone. This is just another play to try to get some like relevancy, but I don't know. Well, we'll see how this goes. To me, it's like, you know, if it's convenient, I'll just go on Amazon and get whatever I need from there, like whatever video game or whatever. Like, is it nice to go and see the used section and stuff? Yeah, it is. But like, just the mere convenience of like getting in your car and leaving, or not getting in your car and leaving, like sometimes you'll just cough up the extra $10. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But
yeah,
downloadable content too, buddy.
There, that too. So it's cool. We'll see how this how it goes for them. I don't think it's going to do much, but we'll see. If you guys like this video, be sure to check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. Go even further and subscribe to Podcast Fresh wherever you listen to your podcast for new episodes every week.